Buju, wago shindagu migizi indodem, gazaga squaji mekag indunjiba. Today I'd like to share a perspective about the structure for decision making with the Department of Natural Resources. I'll speak first to this structure as it exists in the state of Minnesota, which is my home state, and the one with which I'm most familiar. This is kind of off the radar screen for most Minnesotans, but the Department of Natural Resources has two diametrically opposed responsibilities. One, they are charged with extracting and exploiting Minnesota's natural resources. Number two, they are charged with protecting Minnesota's natural resources. Now, there are many wonderful human beings who work for the Department of Natural Resources. But one of the things that happens with the way that our politics is structured is that if we had separate agencies, one responsible for, overseeing and engineering the responsible extraction and use of Minnesota's natural resources, and a separate one that was responsible for protecting them, they could argue with one another. One could make a plan, the other could push back on it, and it would open up public discourse and comment so that the will of the people would be exerted on the decision-making process. And the decision-making process would be rendered transparent. However, since these things are internal to the Department of Natural Resources, it is the leadership there that has to think through these competing priorities. And this is why, in my view, for the most part, every single pipeline gets approved. Every mine gets approved. And every other topic of environmental concern, like opening up state harvest of timber wolves, is approved. Ultimately, the views and perspectives that favor the financial development of our natural resources tend to win out over the ones that seek to protect and preserve them. That doesn't mean that the people working at the Department of Natural Resources aren't trying to consider and weigh these things, but the debates happen in their internal conversations, in their internal processing as individuals and in small groups. And I believe that if we separated this agency into two agencies, it would create room for public discourse, comment, and the will of the people to be better and more properly exerted upon really important decisions that affect all Minnesotans. And I believe that this is a very parallel structure to what you will see for the Departments of Natural Resources for other states and across the country. It's time for a change. Thanks for watching today. I'm Anton Treuer. Let's keep in touch. I'm active on social media, and my website has lots of information on my books, speaking engagements, resources for the Ojibwe language, teachers, and more. Miigwech.